Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria, where we are working on expanding our economy here. We're up to 145 million. We're in a bit of an economic downturn right now, but I'm not too concerned about that for the moment. We'll tick on forward. We are definitely making money at this moment. I don't know how real that is. We'll see on the next tick. Actually, restricted child labor just instantly passed. Cool. We were basically on a tick here, and I guess we succeeded it. That's wonderful. So that, of course, means that we want to immediately come in here and work up our institution of education. Unfortunately, we do require more political bureaucracy. That's what it's called. Not political anything. It's called bureaucracy. We do require more bureaucracy, and I think just building that in the Midlands makes sense right now. I'm going to take Midlands up to the economy of scale cap, which means, what, 19? Yes, 19. Okay, so that'll be fine. We do have steel mills that we're working on, and we're working on tooling workshops. A lot of this is low construction efficiency, and honestly, that's just due to our radicalism. We do need to deal with radicalism. A big part of that is that we're just in an unacceptable government. This is a big part of it right now, is that our politics are a little broken. There's no doubt about that one. But I actually want to enact regulatory bodies. So let's get going on that. There's a lot of people opposing it. Modern nursing has been unlocked, which is absolutely great. I do want to continue to work in the military tree for a bit here. We've been kind of neglecting this, and maybe going to, like, enlistment offices would be the way to go. Now, I do want to hop over here and bring this down to field hospitals. That's going to hurt our opium. Opium is going to be painful a bit. That's okay. We're planning to expand into some opium-producing areas relatively soon. More rubber is being discovered, which is... Ooh, gold! Gold, you say? Gold is amazing. We're very happy about that. Unfortunately, no gold mines available. We'll build the rubber plantations eventually. We also need to remember about these guys that successfully rebelled against us. Now, I think we're still truced with them. Yes, 13 months on that. So it'll be a bit before we can take that back. We do have an additional rubber rush ongoing. No shockers there. How profitable would be rubber at this point? Yeah, I thought we were pretty overbuilt on rubber. I'm not surprised about that. Okay, there's a preserve no workers' rights. We definitely want to get regulatory bodies built. I think that's very, very clear. So once we finish up construction, what is this? Netherlands wants a trade agreement. Get out of here, Netherlands. Once we finish up our construction of our government administrations, we are at that point going to expand our education institution. I want to take that up to level 4 for sure. That'll be magnificent. And we'll see what ends up happening with this regulatory bodies. It would be very, very good to get that done as well. Lessening our employee mortality rate would be very good. We do see our unemployment is actually dropping a bit, and our peasant numbers, I think, are dropping as well. That's not shocking, considering how quickly we're constructing, even with this negative construction efficiency. Now, we are running maximum taxation, and we should consider dropping that soon. Okay, we do have this going on. It's probably not relevant. I'm going to send George Morum down here, and he'll take care of that for us. No problem whatsoever. Now, I would like to start thinking about taking over these 4 states here. Trucial states are, of course, already under our control. So that would be great to do. I'd also like to start moving into Persia and heading this direction, just to get some of that sweet, sweet opium. That would be great. We'll see what ends up happening with that. We can't do anything down here, of course. There's some opium addiction going on in China. No one's shocked about that. We did, after all, do the Opium Wars, so no one is shocked about this one in the slightest. Gold has been discovered in Tasmania. I don't suppose we can build anything there. No, I don't think we control Tasmania, do we? This is, yeah, this is not really independent, but it's controlled by us, but it's not directly ours. There's a second native uprising. Okay, that is down over this direction. That seems fine, though. We'll just mobilize another army and head on down there. Cool. We're going to be running a deficit for a bit, but that's okay. We're going to be absolutely destroying the price of tools very shortly. Low standards of living, apparently, in some of these locations, sure. We definitely need to handle our infrastructure situation. We've got some of this ongoing. I'm going to build a bunch more here. And then anything under 10, I'm going to build one railroad infrastructure in. Okay. So something kind of like that. That's going to be a lot of railways that we're working on. We're still working on tooling workshops behind it, though. So that'll be absolutely fine. Wonderful. Strike breakers. What do we think here? Minus 20% enactment time. That's actually the way to go here. It's a little strange, but that is the way to go. We're actually running a small surplus right now. I love to see that. And nobody's going to actually fight us down here, right? That's definitely not going to be a thing. So this will be okay. We'll push our way in with absolutely no problem. We can move up this government administration and coffee plantation that are at the bottom for some reason. That will be absolutely fine, but we do need to handle this radicalism issue. There's no doubt about that. So this war is broken out, and we'll just push our way through here. This isn't a problem. No issues whatsoever there. Okay, so the real question is, how long before we get all these tooling workshops done? And then all the steel mills behind that. There are these railways here that I'd like to move up. They kind of got forgotten in the shuffle a bit there. So let's move those up, and that'll be okay. Cool. So eventually all of this will get built. Eventually. Checking in on prices. We're running a coal shortage. Okay. A coal shortage is something we can certainly do something about. So let's head on down here and move up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm actually going to move 11 because that was the number that we had started work on. We have not finished these, but we have started work on them already. So that'll be fine. We definitely have a radicalism issue here. I think that we should certainly consider dropping... I mean, dropping taxes is going to be very necessary. War with Nama has broken out. That's no shocker, Zek. Minus 20% recovery rate isn't ideal, but it's fine, I guess. We'll work our way through this. Gold has been discovered in Tasmania once again. And we're just going to push our way through these. There's, unfortunately, quite a number of fronts that are breaking out here, but we'll get this under control. We don't need any additional forces here. This is absolutely fine. Cool. Yeah, this is completely taken care of. How much are we spending on interest right now? 11.1k? I would definitely like to get that spent down. We're also spending 11.5k on subsidies. Should we be? All railways are currently subsidized. But we're only paying 11.5k. That doesn't seem too bad. Okay, cool. There's a secession movement growing. Okay, the Turks are going to try to secede. I wish them luck. What do we have going on over here, though? What states is that going to be? Adana? So that's just this state here. We could, in theory, put in some violent suppression over here. We would need to drop one of our consumption taxes, unfortunately. Right? It's just consumption taxes? Yes. So we would need to drop our consumption taxes, but that's a lot of income right now. Honestly, I think we let them try. They're not going to have a problem. Unfortunately, we did get a stall here. Plus 10% authority is interesting. That actually gives us enough authority there, due to that stall, to put in a violent suppression decree in Adana. They only have 1% excess turmoil. It's still going to go, I think. The Veiled Protectorate, huh? We have 9 years to make Egypt our subject. Okay. We could definitely do that, but we've got other problems brewing up right now. We need to wrap up this. I do want to head up here and take care of this. That'll be something that we do, and then we'll attack Egypt. I think that'll be absolutely fine. We could try to make them into our protectorate, but I think that we would want to make them into a full-on subject. We would need to be out of these to make that happen. We've got this Turkish secession happening, but we're just going to completely crush that. That's not going to be a problem. So that'll be fine for right now. We've got these coal mines finishing up. Cool. But yeah, this is to be expected with our radicalism being what it is right now. We would love to get the radicalism down a bit. Okay, so there's that one dealt with. And as far as this goes, they would not accept this right now. Next tip. There we go. So they capitulate. Perfect. And at this point, we'll just mobilize Ralph Gregan here. Actually, we can't do it until this diplomatic play starts. Actually, how much are they even going to have? I don't know. Unfortunately, these tooling workshops are going to be slightly awkward here. Actually, that's going to be really awkward, isn't it? Yikes. Okay. There's a native uprising as well. So we're going to deal with this, of course. So we want to take a look at what they've got. No battalions. Okay. So we're going to send probably Alexander Murray over here, actually. We'll send him there, and then we'll send George Moram down over this way. And we'll deal with that native uprising. Beautiful. We have Anatolian interests that are going away. Tuat uprising, huh? And Dinka as well. Wow, okay. Everybody's doing their uprisings. Interesting. Well, that's not actually that big of a deal. We could mobilize Ralph Gregan here and send him out over, say, here for right now. Cool. Now, this is a potentially dangerous one. Actually, Austria is leaning towards our side, and only the Ottomans and Russia are interested in this. Fascinating. So there's identification documents being unlocked there. That's great. We do want to get that education institution working up. So we'll get that making its way upwards. And how's that regulatory bodies doing? Well, it certainly could be doing better. No doubt about that. But we'll get these native uprisings dealt with soon enough. We should probably recruit a 4th general here, actually, in the North Sea. And we'll recruit, say, this guy from the armed forces. And Norman McAllister is going to mobilize and head over to Dinka. So that gives us 1 unit heading to each of these locations, and that honestly should be enough to win this. So that'll be fine. All of these are going to be playing out at about the right time, or rather, about the same time, I should say. We're negative on our convoys at this moment, so I do want to think about some additional ports here. These have been at 0 plus a bunch for a while. Let's just get those 3 ports going there. Okay, Bosniak people are migrating from the Ottomans to the Midlands, and that's good. We're happy about that. Now, I do want to incorporate some states if we can. I know we finished some of this colonization. Cool. And then beyond that, I do want to establish additional colonies, and we'll get those going. We're just going absolutely ham on the colonies, for the record. 10% success chance? Do it. That is technically a setback, but I love it. 36%. So this should be absolutely fine. All of these wars are going to break out, and we have no problem here. None whatsoever. We're not in a position where we want to attack Egypt right now, obviously. We can't. We need to let these play out first. But then we'll go for Egypt. after all of this is done. So we're negative financially right now, but that's only because our troops are up. Steam donkeys are now done, and that's actually very, very beneficial for us. We're going to go in here, and we're going to put in steam donkeys for all of these. And that's going to be absolutely huge. That's also going to destroy the price of engines. They're going to be very expensive, and we're probably actually going to have engine shortages off of the back of this. That's reasonably fine. We are going to go to our motor industries. Yeah, we're on steam engines. Okay. We're going to have some engine shortages, almost certainly. Let's see how that goes. Why are livestock ranches in Munster being built right now? I'm not sure exactly why that's happening. But yeah, we've got all these wars breaking out. That's to be expected. Pump jacks are spreading as well. So looking in here, we've got a coal shortage. Tools are expensive right now. No major engine shortage immediately, but that may end up changing. Okay. Cool. So we're going to crush all of these wars. I don't expect, like, this one's already over, right? We're not going to have any problems with any of these. This one's probably basically over as well. Unfortunately, losing those tooling workshops there does lose us a fair amount of... Wait, what? I didn't notice Yemen was also seceding. Okay, well, that's not actually a problem. We can send these guys over to Yemen. Okay, so yeah, I hadn't noticed that they were seceding there as well, but that's fine. It's not an issue. We can deal with that. Cool. So this is already over, right? They don't have a chance with any of this. Yeah, we're having some issues. There's some internal stability issues here. I mean, this is what happens when you do this type of empire building, right? This is exactly the sort of thing that we expect. But it's also completely manageable. So as far as the Turkish uprising goes, we are, of course, going to crush the Turkish succession. They don't accept that yet, but it's already over. Yeah, all of this is super over. Colonization of Timbuktu is now apparently over. Let's head into our state incorporations. Apparently there's nothing to incorporate there. Okay. Interesting. So we're still in referral on regulatory bodies. I do expect this to pass at this point. It's just a matter of time. The question is how much time. Okay, we got another stall here. That's awkward. But we'll take the setback here, and that will bump us up to 46% chance. Cool. So, of course, this Yemeni uprising is basically over, right? All of these are over, I think. I'm not sure exactly what's going on over here, but there's... Oh, this is all impassable. Okay. So at this point, we want the colonization rights. They won't accept it yet. Possibly on the next tick. Yep, there we go. So that war is over. Fantastic. What about this one? They'll not accept this quite yet. Next tick, though. Cool. Wait. Did I just... I just proposed a white piece, I think. No, we got the colonization rights, I think. Maybe not. I don't know. It doesn't actually matter. I do want the colonization rights over here. Yeah, I think I white pieced it. It doesn't matter. That was not Turkey or Yemen. So that's the important thing. Okay, so as far as Turkey goes, we're going to crush this succession. There we go. And now the Yemeni uprising is still outbreaking. It's not showing up in our outliner, which is interesting. But we're going to crush that as well. No problem whatsoever there. We have interests in North Africa that are going to disappear soon. Really? Okay, let's redeclare that interest. Okay, can we do any colonization at this moment? That answer is no. Okay, that's fine. So this war has now broken out, and we're just going to crush the Yemeni. That's not a problem. Enlistment offices. Done. Beautiful. So we could go to, like, hand-cranked machine guns or electric telegraphs, and I think we'll go for electric telegraphs. Wonderful. So our Anatolia interest has been reactivated. I want to check up over here. Yeah, okay. So we're almost certainly going to need to reset production methods over here in Adana. There we go. Cool. So that was awkward, right? There's no doubt about that. The French Republic have colonized Sahara. Okay. We'll have to deal with their French colonies. No doubt about that. But that's okay. We're colonizing very quickly down over here. And we're going to take Egypt next. That is definitely our goal. So we need to crush the Yemeni uprising first. And there's another native uprising. Okay. Well, we're not shocked about these. We are not shocked at all. I'm going to head down over this way. And that uprising is dealt with. No issues. So we're continuing to press through over here. Ralph is mobilized, but he's not actually doing anything. Let's have Ralph head on down over this way. He can wrap this up a lot faster, so that'll be okay. Egypt will, of course, become our vassal eventually. I'm not sure what form of subjugation we want to do there. What are you doing over here, French? Just losing this war? Okay, cool. For the time being, anyway. Once their troops show up, they'll probably win that. But that's fine. Regulatory bodies moves to drafting. Cool. So that's absolutely great. And we do see that we're running a pretty solid deficit here with all of our troops raised like this, but that's not shocking. With all of these wars that have been going on, we are a little bit war-ravaged at this point. There's no doubt about that. But Yemen is basically crushed. Rubber has been discovered in Gabon. Cool. And we have an election coming up. Hopefully this election will get us some decent legitimacy. Lots of momentum for the Tory party there, which we've not been getting great legitimacy from the Tories. Okay. We kind of want to start moving away from the Tories. They're going to be more and more angry at us as we go forward, I suspect. We'll see how that ends up going. Yeah, there's a native uprising down here in Maravi as well. Okay. Fine. We'll deal with all of the simultaneous native uprisings. It's not the end of the world, but it is definitely cutting into our timing here. We still have some infamy to lose. Education does go up to 4, which is very good. We're going to be starting to launch our attacks out over this direction. Wonderful. And we'll be done over here soon. I want to move these guys down to this front here. Colonization of Lindi is allegedly over. I'm not sure how over it really is. We can see about incorporating it. Oh, we actually can. Cool. So we'll incorporate that. Wonderful. Any colonization to do? No. What about our infrastructure? How's that going? Ulster definitely needs a few. Okay. We need a few railways going here. So we'll get a bunch of those underway. And that's a lot of tooling workshops and steel mills. Yeah, we fully expect that. Cool. Campaign fundraising, huh? I don't want to spend money on this. We also have raising concerns. It does need to be addressed. Get out of here, industrialists. Okay, so we're fighting this battle over here. This is probably the last battle of the Yemeni uprising. Most likely. It's not. Wow, we barely captured anything there. But Yemen does actually capitulate. Cool. So at this point, Bishop takes Black Pawn indeed. Okay. We'll add more momentum to the Tory party, I guess. And I want Ralph to advance this front over here. There we go. So let's get these all underway. This will be no real problem, of course. We'll just have to get these native uprisings dealt with. We're going to have a lot of these, and as soon as we no longer are in a diplomatic play, we'll attack Egypt. The question is, when will we no longer be in a diplomatic play? We need to get this all crushed as soon as we can. But this is not actually broken out just yet. So we're making our way through here. This is not a major problem. Cool. There's lots of native uprisings happening, and I wonder why they could be upset. I don't know. I can't quite put my finger on why they might be upset about us taking all of their land and giving them literally nothing but death in return. I can't imagine it. There's another native uprising up over here. We should probably send... Well, there's a lot of fronts out over here. Let's just wrap up this war first, I think. Or at least clean up some of these fronts. So I'd like to move these guys out over here, I think. Actually, what's up over in this front? We need to move to this front. Okay, let's clean up that front there. No problem. And we arrive there now, and we'll just press on in. No problem. Beautiful. Okay, we definitely need to come up over this direction with one of these forces. Rubber rush, okay, that's to be expected. And there was a British Guatemala earthquake. We'll try to bail them out, but that's expensive. What we really need right now is to, not be in a native uprising for 5 seconds, but we'll see how that ends up going. We can't declare on Egypt while we're in these native uprisings. So we've only got 8 years to do this in. We got to get moving. I mean, 8 years in Vic is quite a long time, but even so. The Tory party wins, and the question is, how are we doing on our... Okay, we're still chilling on an unacceptable government 42, and this is the best we can possibly do. Okay. Sure. So radicalism is going to continue to tick up here. No doubt about that. We're going to wrap up these wars over here fairly soon. Of course, this one hasn't broken out yet. Once it does, we'll wrap that up as well. And to be clear, this should be fully expected. We do need to change production methods over here in Yemen, and we'll do exactly that. And we can establish a couple more colonies. What could possibly go wrong with establishing additional colonies? Perfect. So this will be great, but it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to wrap these up and hopefully go after Egypt. That would be amazing. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Shadowwolf, Mlohan80, Rogue Corvid, Andy McGar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.